Hi guys, and welcome to my bullet journal flip through. So I've been bullet journaling for a few years now. I started it back in college and then I kind of stopped doing it last year, but starting in January of 2019 I decided to dedicate myself and 2019 to getting back into bullet journaling because it's a really nice creative outlet for me, and it's something that I get to carry around. It also keeps me super organized, and it just makes me genuinely very happy, so I just figured I might have a little bit of a flip through for you. So I use just a regular Moleskine notebook. It's got the nice bind, like rubber band type bind over here that I like. And the one that I have uses dotted pages. I have two different stickers from Redbubble, just a simple rose, and then this is an E.E. Cummings quote from a poem. It says, "I carry your heart with me, I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear. And whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling." And I just really liked it. So the first big spread that I have is a yearly spread. So I have all of the months laid out, and then I went through and circled important dates. If I circled it in blue, it was birthdays, and I had to do 2 columns of birthdays because I know so many people with so many birthdays. If they were in red, it was important dates for my school. If they were in purple, it was a trip. And then on the other side, I have holidays in green. So I basically just went through, and this was super nice way to keep track and organized, specifically for birthdays and things. The next page is when did I last, and it talks about like change my toothbrush or wash my sheets or change my razor, clean out my fridge, clean my car, deep clean my apartment. I'm covering up the dates because I haven't been super good about this and I don't want people to judge me, so we're just gonna pretend that you didn't see. So the first month I have here is January, and for each month I like to have a particular color scheme. So with January I went with purples and blues, and I have this quote, "My heart has always beat thunderstorms instead of blood," that I quite liked. And what I do for my individual monthly spreads, I always start with at a glance, so that just goes through each of the days of the month and just quickly I can see what's going on each day. I then like to have different favorites, so anything that I liked that month that was something that I really enjoyed or spent a lot of time on goes in the favorite section, and that's a really nice way for me to kind of like see what my life was like for that particular month. And then I always like to have goals, so I had 3 goals for January and I didn't complete a single one. It was to read 1 book, exercise 10 times, and write. So the next thing I do is I have my monthly spread where I just have all the days out. I always love this page. It's never usually like the most pretty or the most well designed, but I just like being able to see the full month in this format. My next page is my expenses page, and I covered a lot of this up with Post-its just because it's private, and because it's private and I don't feel like sharing that information with the online world. But basically what I do is on this page I break everything down into categories. So I have a grocery section, a gas section, like apartment expenses, eating out, miscellaneous, monthly expenses, so like if I have a recurring bill, so like Spotify and things. And then down here I usually have like a total. At the end of the month I tally up how much money I spent. On the right side, I have a goal comparison chart, so I usually set myself a goal of like, okay, I want to spend no more than this amount of money per month on eating out or miscellaneous things or groceries. I want to put this amount of money into my savings account, and then I like to see how much money I've spent per month, so I can kind of like visually see like, oh, I've been spending a lot more recently, I need to have a more serious budget. I keep track of how much I get paid on my paychecks and then how much is in my savings account. And I know there are apps and things that do this for you. I utilize the apps on my online banking things, but I don't know why, I just like to have a physical visual representation as well. And then my favorite page of every spread is always my gratitude spread. So I make a point to have every day write down at least one good thing that happen to me. And it can be big or small. Some days it's as small as, I got to go to bed at 8 a.m. or at 8 p.m. Some days it's as small as, this is what I had for dinner. Other days, I have so many different things. And it's always, like, if I think, like, oh, January was such a bad month, I can flip to this page and see all of these little things and be like, oh, I guess it wasn't so bad. And it really just helps me keep things into perspective, and it makes sure that I don't completely declare a day a bad day, because I've found at least one good thing every day that was a good day. So this was my monthly page for February. I decided to go for pinks and reds because, Valentine's Day. And my quote this month was, "Love isn't something you have to deserve," which, I think is something a lot of people need to hear. And then this is my one good thing a day in February. And so I fell very much into this same rut. I was pretty much always doing the exact same pages and spreads. The only variation was the pattern for the last page, the one good day. And so I changed up the color patterns and things to try to keep things fresh and exciting. But ultimately, I was starting to get a little bored. I enjoy hand lettering. I enjoy, making things look pretty and, having fun with them. But this was basically the extent of everything. I just really this is actually something that I wrote myself. Maybe it's better to be the one who leaves as opposed to the one who stays. Ghosts and memories can't haunt a place they've never been. I was going through something, so, it'd be like that sometimes, fam. I really liked the color scheme for September. It was probably one of my favorites. And then I decided with September to actually do weekly spreads. So this is when I decided, okay, I want to actually see day by day on a week. And this was really helpful in terms of teaching because I was able to see exactly, all right, this is what I want to teach in these classes this day. These are what I'm going to assign for homework. And it helped me be a lot more organized. And additionally, it just made me feel like I had more control and I could write more about what was going on during particular days. And I could be a little bit more exact with things. And it just, I don't know. I felt like I was going to have so much extra pages at the end of this book that I wanted to do something else. And then I decided, okay, I need to do more than just the hand lettering. I need some type of creativity burst. And so October happened. And so I bought stamps. I bought individual letters for the entire alphabet. And so my quote for October is, "Hell hath no fury like a woman who was told to smile and play nice." I got black sketchbook paper and speckled white paint on it to make it look like stars, and got a white pen. So this was the first month where I didn't have the at a glance page, and I was okay with that. I have still my favorite section and my goals section, and then I put a quote here, which stereotypical one, but I mean, I absolutely love it. "I have loved the stars too fondly to be fearful of the night." And then I have my monthly spread. I decided to keep the same trend with the black pages. This was inspired by, I think it's, her name is Book Roast. She did a very similar spread that I took a lot of inspiration from. I'll put a link to her spread in the down bar if you want to see it, because hers was a lot more organized than mine was, and I really liked hers, so I'll be sure to send you guys there. But this is basically where I'm at for this month. This was definitely something I took from her. So these are the moon phases for each day. And then this quote, "Stars too were time travelers," was one that she put on her spread. And I absolutely loved it. But then I was feeling so creative. I don't normally do this. I don't always plan the next month's spread during the month that I'm in. but I started November's and I watercolor painted this tree. And I decided, I kind of like that. I kind of like the idea of watercolor painting, so I painted some more. I put one on the monthly spread here, and then I put 2 down here because the first week in November is just 2 days, and I didn't want to do a Friday and a Saturday page. So I'm going to put a quote here, just don't know which one yet. And this is the only weekly spread I've done for November so far, but I really like the tree in it. I've got a bunch of other ones painted, but yeah, I have been having so much fun bullet journaling. It's been a great way to relieve stress, but also keep me organized, keep me grounded, and be a really great creative outlook that I haven't drawn in so long, and this has been really, really great. Plus, it's been very therapeutic to do the one good thing a day. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. If you bullet journal, put a comment down there and let me know what spread you liked best, or if there's any medium you like to do, or if there's a page that you do that I don't, let me know, and maybe I'll incorporate it into my upcoming months and everything. But I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Bye!